everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here, and as you can see from the thumbnail, we're doing a tackle review. And what we're going to review are 4 very unique topwater lures. One is a small little swim bait, the second is a mid-sized swim bait, and the last 2, as you saw in the thumbnail, are crawlers made by MegaBass. So let's go ahead and start our review now. Let's go. Whoa, there we go. Yeah! Woo! Holy cow, folks. Topwater Johnny here, man. This is what we came here for. Look at that. Get back here. Look at that right there. That's the kind of beast that we came here for. There we go. Woo! At that one. Hooked. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here. Want to welcome you to the next video here. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you're notified when all the new content is coming out. And definitely give it a like because that makes a difference here. Because in this video, I'm doing a review of 4 very unique lures. One is a micro mini lure. Next is a swim bait. And the last 2 are by MegaBass, and they are crawler lures. And the final video, actually the final review I'm going to do is of a new lure from MegaBass that just got dropped and released, and I'm one of the first that got my hands on it, so I'm very excited about doing a review on it, and I think you're going to find it a really cool and interesting lure as well. So what we're going to do is go ahead, get started with our review. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, everybody, so let's go ahead and get started with our first lure here. And this lure actually was given to me by Steve Chapman of Get Your Fish On. So his channel is actually a channel that you should check out. Great guy, does lots of information, shares lots of insights, does interviews. Great guy, but he, a while back, gave me this lure here, and I'm going to show it to you here. It is the Hyperlastics Darrspin Pro. Right here. So I want you guys to check that out here as a mini lure right here. This lure is actually 3 inches in length. As you can see, comes with a blade in the actual back of it as well. And you would actually line through this one right here. Not line through, but actually you would actually run it through so that you would end up with a weedless presentation of this lure right here. And with this little flickering in the back here, it really gives off a lot of flare and a lot of light and just a lot of energy coming off of this lure right here. This kind of lure you would fish in the shallow water. In other words, shallow areas. You could run it across weed beds, but anywhere that those big bass and even those medium-sized bass are feeding up on minnows here. And as the summer goes on here, as it starts to get into the summer, those bass will start to feed, and they will feed on tiny minnows and they'll chase them. So this right here is a perfect setup for that. What I would recommend with something like this, unless you have that special bait caster setup, this is a spinning reel tackle setup right here. 8-pound monofilament would be something that I would use on this as well, with a much smaller hook as well with this one right here. So that's what I would recommend if anyone wanted to fish with this right here. But this is my first lure up for review, as you can see right here. And like I said before, hyperlastic. In other words, check this out, super plastic right here. So you know you've heard of Z-Man, where Hyperlastic has their own type of super stretch as well, and it doesn't break either. So this is another great little minnow that you can be fishing. Also, the price on this lure right here, because it comes in a package of 1, the price on it is $9.99. All right. And our next lure up, and this lure, I ended up buying this lure because I really kind of got into that swim bait fishing a little bit, and I really thought about matching the hatch, maybe not having a lure so big and so powerful, but still having another one of those very realistic swim baits. So the lure that I want to show you here, and I'm kind of holding it up this way just so you can see it like this at first, but this right here is the Last Ace 140 swim bait right here. And I'm going to show this to you a little bit closer here. What makes this lure so unique, and this is something I really liked about it, was that actually this lure, as you can see here, is a line through lure right here. So it actually, you actually run the line through it. And then what I did was, like with most swim baits, I ended up hooking the treble hook right in like that, pull it up a little bit tighter, and then boom. Look at that, everybody. Now I got my swim bait all set up here. And this one is actually 5.5 inches in length, and it's about 3/4 of an ounce. So you can fish this on a medium, 7-foot medium heavy rod. You could use spinning tackle. You could use actually spinning tackle or a bait caster as well to throw this right here. I've got this on 20 pounds, actually 20 pound monofilament that leads into a braided line as well. And one thing about it, it's got a great boot tail here on the back, so it has lots of kicking action, lots of movement right here. And I got this actually from the hookup tackle. And so this particular lure, the owner of it, meaning who makes it, is Evergreen. So it's Evergreen Last Ace 140 swim bait. Like I said before, price was $17.99, and it's a line through. Now, a lot of swim baits, as you've already seen, you actually have to bring the hook through and you actually hook it in there as normal. But I have never seen too many where the line through is right there, right through the head of the actual lure itself. So I thought I'd go ahead and grab this one right here. As you can see, very realistic fins right here. Also, just the shape of it as well here. Great movement in the water. And I just thought I was going to give this lure a try. Now, like normally, like I said before, this lure does not sink either. So just so you guys know, it's more of a wake bait type swim bait. So that, for me, being a topwater guy, is great. And so I really like that idea. But if I wanted it to drop down in the water column, I simply could add an edge sinker right here, and then that would drop it down in the water column as well here. And the reason I got this lure was because, well, the bass will feed up on minnows, they'll feed up on shad, and I thought, well, maybe running this through the shallows and the areas I could get a decent strike from a pretty good sized bass that might be guarding the nest or just searching for food at this particular time of the year. So anyway, I just wanted to show everybody that lure there. Like I said, I got it at the hookup tackle, and it's just a great looking swim bait. So you'll see me fishing that one in the near future, and with any luck, we will get a couple of fish on it as well. Oh, and the last thing is the treble hook. I actually bought this treble hook right here instead of the one that I think it comes with. I decided to get one that actually has this little bit of flicker right here, this little bit of flash. This already has a lot of attention, but I wanted to make sure that when they key in on a strike, that they have something else that they can key in on as well. So like I said before, it's like this in the water column, and this is the way it moves around. So there you go, everybody. This is the Last Ace 140 swim bait by Evergreen. All right, everybody, now here is our next lure up. And this one right here, pretty unique lure. It's been out for a number of years, but yet doesn't get a lot of play from a lot of people. And this right here is actually the GATTA-X right here. So let me take this one out here for you guys here so you can check it out here. But look at this bug right here, everybody. Check that out. The actual GATTA right there. Now this right here is a topwater lure here, and I want to show you guys, so you guys can get a good look at it. Got a big, huge hook right here, as you can see. Big, huge hook. Got a spinning blade in the back here. Got that bug look in the back here. This is really, in reality, a very beautiful lure right here. Now you would think, like I said before, this is like a soft metal right here. It's not a hard metal, but a soft metal right here. This lure, just to give you some specs on it here, it's actually 3 inches in length, and the weight on it is 1/2 ounce. So you could throw this on spinning tackle, bait caster, any number of things here. But this lure right here, very unique lure. I had one person, a subscriber who subscribes to the channel, that recommended that I get this one here and test it out for everybody is here as well. I can't think of their name right now, but they also are on Instagram. So if they're watching this video, here it is, sir. I got the lure that you recommended, and I'll give you a shout out in the next video on this lure right here. But like I said before, this is more of a insect type of lure right here. I would be fishing this early in the morning time with over late in the evening time, so that the bass are really keying in on the sound and the rattling and the movement of this lure on top of the water here. The price on this lure here is $27.99, and they do have this at the Hookup Tackle, just so you know. They do have them there, but I actually got this from Japan Fishing Tackle, but the website is jpnfishingtackle.com, and that's actually where I bought this lure right here from. That company is a great company because they will turn your order around really, really quick. So if you order from them, probably in 3 days, you'll end up getting the lure back. Now, I just want to tell you guys up front, the cost, the shipping, they are no joke. They charge $16.99, whether it's one lure or probably 2 or 3 lures. So when you do order from them, to maximize your shipping costs, make sure you order a couple lures from them so you can maximize the cost. But I've seen so far, whether I've had 1, 3, or so many lures, that shipping is about the same. So anyway, I just want to show this one to you guys here. What are your thoughts about this one right here? Like I said before, it's called the GATTA. It's called the GATTA, G-A-T-T-A, GATTA-X. And it's a crawling lure, and it's a topwater lure, but it has a buzz bait in the back of it as well. So this one right here, pretty interesting. Love to get you guys' thoughts on it. Have you ever seen it before? What's your thoughts about it? Would you fish with it? And I just appreciate you guys on this. All right, everybody, and the last lure up, and this is the lure that has just been dropped and released by MegaBass probably over the last week here, and I got notification of it through the Japanese tackle fishing website, and it is, check it out, everybody, it is the BATRA-X right here. And I want to show you this lure here. This lure, actually, the price on this lure was $17.99 here. But check this lure out, everybody. This lure is what they call a transformative lure right here. And I'll do a deeper dive and review of this one later, but I want to expose you guys to this lure right here. It's more like, look at the front of it. It's got a jitterbug front on it. And this lure actually is 5/8 ounces and 2 inches in length. But let's start from the front here. It's got a jitterbug front in the front of it here, but this can be taken off of it and it can just run straight. It's got soft frog hooks in the center of the body right here. Check this out. The back end of it got a boot tail like a Teckler. But look at that right there. Hidden inside of that Teckler, in that Teckler tail, look at that. Got frog hooks in the back here as well. And even I've seen online where people have stuck something in this little hole right here, like a light or something like that, like a light stick. And then all of a sudden, when it's spinning in the water, may attract the fish even more. Now, what makes this lure so unique, and I was really glad to get hold of this lure, is because you can fish this in so many different transformative combinations. You could take the actual jitterbug front off, and now you're running it straight across the raw water with a boot tail on it as well. You can remove the back tail right here and fish it just as a pure jitterbug with a frog hook here. So now you have a weedless presentation. You can actually, once again, you can take this piece off of it and you can take the front of it off of it. And now you have it as its own little popper that you are popping across the water because it actually has more of a popping base right there as well. And then finally, you can also take the front of it off again and then leave it as this right here. You can remove the hooks if you want to, and then just have it racing across the top of the water like a Teckler sprinkler frog right here. This is truly an all-in-one type of frog here. And when MegaBass designed this one, I know they were thinking like to make a lure that has a lot of adaptability to it. And I ended up getting 2 of these right here. And I've already decided to take off the boot tail right here. I might put a treble hook on the back of it with a feather tail on it, or put on there some type of flickering like another piece on the back here that creates a lot more flair and attraction in the back of it as well. But this right here is definitely a unique lure, and I'm sure, like I said, it's going to get bit. And the most important thing to me, everybody, is that these frog hooks and the body be soft, so when the bass hits it, he can get a full, you can get him in there good. So look at that. That's what I like right there. If a bass clumps down on this, he's getting hooked right here, or he could get hooked in the boot tail back here. Now, what I'm going to do with this lure, of course, is I'm going to take it out, I'm going to test it and do a closer look of it. So you guys will definitely get to see this one up close, closer look, a lot more testing on it. As you can see, white belly on the bottom right here. I got one lure that has a black belly, and then the lure right here has a white one, because that's typically what the bass see here. So I wanted to show this to you right here because, and anyone watching this, you are one of the first to see this on the, what I call on the American YouTube network. Because in Japan, they already got it, they've been using it. But over here, not too many guys have it. So if you're watching this video, you're watching history in the making right here, because not a lot of people got this lure, and I got it first, and now you're watching it first right here. So make sure you share this with other people. Let them know Topwater Johnny's got something different over here for everybody to check out and look at. And I'm just excited to run tests on this and see what we can do with it. So there you go, everybody. This is the MegaBass BATRA-X. All right. All right, everybody, here they are again, just as a quick review. First one up here is the Hyperlastics Darrspin. The next one up here is the Evergreen Last Ace 140 Swimbait. The next one up here is the MegaBass GATTA-X. And the last one up here is the MegaBass BATRA-X. And these are our lures for our closer look for today. All right. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that closer look and that review of those 4 lures right there. As I mentioned before, I will be doing an individual testing and review of each of those lures. But in this video, because I just got these kind of lures in, I just wanted to show them to you, give you my thoughts, my feelings about them, and what I think I'm going to be doing with these lures as well. With also something I may have left out with the Barat lure here that I want to tell everybody is that I will definitely be fishing this on 30-pound braid right here for sure, because I'll be running this through cover and through weeded areas. So it'll be on a braid and on my actual 7-foot medium heavy bait caster, just so you guys know that as well there. I'm really excited about that lure for sure, because I want to get it out and want to test it. But I'm going to test all of these lures. I'm going to do a closer look at each of them, meaning you're going to get to see me test them, fish them, and then you'll get to really see what they can do. But for right now, I just wanted to expose you to them, get your thoughts about them. What do you think about them? What do you think about the Barat lure? What do you think about the other lure, the GATTA-X, which is the insect type metal lure? Or what do you think about the Last Ace swim bait, or even the actual Darrspin there, the Minnow? Would you fish with them? What's your thoughts about them? I'm just excited to be able to bring those lures to you guys and show them off to you, and so that you guys can actually take a look at them. So that's really all that I have for this video for today, but it was a lot. And I hope that you guys got something out of it and you learned some things about some new lures you may never have seen before. If you're interested in any of the Japanese lures, in other words, the MegaBass lures, the last 2 I featured, go to my description. There's a link in my description box where you can click on that link. It'll take you over to that actual website where I'm able to get these lures and these Japanese lures. So I just want to share with you guys what I'm up to and what I'm doing as well. So once again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to the channel. Please hit the like button. Please make sure that you are subscribed and you are notified when I'm dropping new content. And I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for being with me here in the journey. So once again, I'm Topwater Johnny, and I'm going to tell you that phrase: keep your line tight, because when you hit those topwater lures, especially lures that look like this, I'm sure this is going to be and going to create a big bite. I'll see you in the next video.